Well, so I'm gonna do a new segment tonight. It is gonna be about overrated films and underrated films. Well, give me just a sec, okay? Bear with me 2 seconds. Cool. All right, I was able to spread it. So cool. Thanks for waiting. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with tonight's segment. So, like I was saying before, it's about overrated films and underrated films. So I've got a few on my list that, for me, are notoriously the most overrated films of possibly all time. Right. So what I mean is that socially, the one that always comes up for me, that is constantly or consistently the most overrated film is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So I finally, so let me tell you my experience with it. So it's not that it's good and it's not that it's bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's not bad. It's just, it's not good, right? So, there, and well, let's discuss why and what leads to stuff like that. So for me, I call this film a gateway film. So for me, it's just a coming out for everyone about a lifestyle that they secretly admire or envy or whatever. So it's mostly just a way for me to let you know, hey, I'm a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people do this in conversation, right? And like on the show, we always talk about finding your true film you, not just using all of these facades and stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? So in that manner, for me, I don't agree with Fear Loathing in Las Vegas being a super dope film. Like, yes, there's a lot of dope using in the film, yes. And so instantly, when people tell you that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is like a really cool film that they enjoy, it's just like, have you seen the fucking film? Like, okay, who doesn't like doing drugs and having a good time, right? So there are good party films. Like there's a ton of good party films. There's a ton of good films where partying happens, the characters get wrecked and they get over it and shit. And like that's what's good about the film is that fucking whole arc. They come full circle. In this film, I'm not sure what the fuck is happening. So apparently it's based upon some very good literature. So let's just say I'm not a fanboy, okay? I'm not a fanboy of any of it. So, and what was really funny is I found out today during the whole thing is that Terry Gilliam is the director. Which for me, I like Terry, but the combination, it seems like the material, because Terry is very fuck you, like I make films for me. And so Terry Gilliam is the director of Monty Python, and he is outspoken about his view on his stuff. So he doesn't care what anyone else thinks. He makes what he wants, and he will never release anything that he's not satisfied with. Some of his films are fucking amazing, and then some of them are, well, they are seemingly like money films, like, hey, we're gonna pay you a bunch of money, like, and then he just does it anyways, and then it's not a good match. But anyways, so in that nature, this film is not, at some point for me, it stops being entertaining. So the first two acts are amazing. I can never get through the third act. So I always make it to the fucking race scene, and by that point, it is at its ultimate low for me. Like, I am just like, I don't fucking care what else happens here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've probably watched this film like 25 fucking times. You know what I'm saying? So literally with the intention of getting to the end, and I never get to the fucking end. So, granted, you know, I mean, Johnny Depp is fucking amazing, and so is Benicio del Toro. This film is just bullshit. It's just trash. So, you know, while I like Oliver Stone and I fucking like everyone in the fucking Counselor, like, that shit was trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, same fucking thing with the Savages, you know? Like, but anyways, so the first couple of acts are really kind of good. You know what I mean? Like, in the sense where, like, so it was just hilarious at some points, you know, like, whenever he's on the acid and then he's in the fucking bar and he sees all the reptiles and shit. Like, you know, some of the shit was funny, you know what I'm saying? But there's no fucking point to the film that I encountered. Now, see, I literally may be cutting it shy like 5 minutes. Like, I walk out literally like 5 minutes before the ending or something. So after the race scene, like, there might be literally 5 minutes left. So, you know, who the fuck knows, right? But anyways, you know, maybe Sunday, you know, maybe, but it's like, oh God. So, you know, that's what I mean is that let's not be fake about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all sorts of good drug movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's this. So a lot of the films that I've actually critiqued on here, Red Oaks has got a lot of cocaine in it. You know, a lot of these films have like very dramatic, thematic elements. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you want to really fucking shock somebody, you know, about like, you know, I'm down with knowing about racism on both sides and hatred and hate crimes and, you know, American History X. You know, there's all sorts of name droppers that you can use. So, and that's what I've determined over the years is that people will use these big name droppers to be like, you know, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you ask somebody like, what's their favorite film? Scarface. You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite film? Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just saying that you want to be badass. You know, is that really your fucking favorite film? Like, okay. You know, it's like, did they get really emotional when Sonny died? Like, to me, that was the most gruesome shit ever. The way that Sonny got lit up in that first Godfather film, like, in the, you know, he got fucking stood up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was meant to go and fucking and go to this business deal, and, you know, he was betrayed. Like, somebody let them know. You know, anyways, they lit his ass on fire. There was like 40 fucking cars there or some shit that lit Sonny on fire. But anyways. So, I mean, do they really have that attachment, you know? Like, is that really them, you know? Like, when you see them, do you see, you know, like, anywho, films are life-changing to some people. So, I mean, if it's your favorite, you know what I'm saying? You got to be sure. You can't just be name-dropping and shit, right? So, cool. Anyways, let's get to some highly underrated films. So for me, instantly, whenever the conversation came up, my mind instantly went to certain films that stuck with me. You know, and a lot of films that like are like notoriously underrated for me, and in my sense, is some really good horror films like So, for instance, Wes Craven has some fucking amazing films. Like, The People Under the Stairs was notoriously one of the ones that like stuck with me and was like really, really good. Another one was this one that I it was true to my heart. You know, I don't ever I don't some of these films I'm not sure anyone would ever really like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like whenever we're talking about these types of films, you know, like they always have real crazy stories. And like, so this one in particular, like, it hasn't come up in so long. Like, this one, whenever I was thinking of the subject today, when the subject came up, you know, it just, my mind traveled to this place in my heart, and it instantly pulled some of these treasures. And so one of them was Shocker. Shocker was a film, and it's by Wes Craven, and it's so I was trying to explain it. So, however, I'm not gonna get too caught up in the fucking story and stuff. But there's this couple, okay, and somehow the boy from the couple is attached to this serial killer. Either the killer tried to kill, maybe the killer did kill like a parent of his or something, and then like so the kid is like, well, the kid's going to watch the guy die, you know, and it's going to be a good thing. But like something fucking odd happens, and the criminal's soul travels into he soul dives into fucking somebody else, and like it keeps on going, and this criminal doesn't die when he's executed, and this fucking curse haunts this boy and this couple. So I think his girlfriend might die. Anyways, there were, so I was talking yesterday just about how involved you can be, you know, when you watch some of this material, you know, and just how you assume these characters, you know. So in the film, I'm pretty sure his girlfriend dies, but anyways, is murdered by this fucking guy, and it's just like this back and forth plot to either try to save this girl or anyways. But it just resonated with me, these fears and these and this willingness to protect, and this willingness to overcome, and this survival instinct. So that's just good fucking writing, you know what I'm saying? Like, but so much so that it was, because film is so much more than just literature, you know, the experience itself. You know, sometimes these memories like embed in your head, and it's like they become a part of you, you know. So sometimes, like I was saying before, you're kind of living these experiences. So that one was a great experience to live. Another one, and then instantly, whenever I noticed the pattern here in this one, is like, wait, that sounds just like that fucking Denzel Washington film, Fallen. There's so many, and then you think about it, like there's so many films that follow that pattern. But anyways, Fallen was a film about a criminal that fucking soul jumps into another fucking body and stuff, and that was really good too. So there are a substantial amount of underrated films. So bring me some of yours, and you know, maybe you will have some overrated films too that you want to talk about. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap for today. Cool. See you till next time.